Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, students? This is your teacher Hakim al-Sakran speaking. Today, inshallah, we'll be learning about Unit 2. But before we begin our lesson, let's take a little preview about what are we going to learn in this unit. So the first lesson will be listen and discuss. This is today's lesson. And next we will learn about the grammar, the conditional if and the conditional sentences with might and could, and the verb wish. The next lesson will be the language in context, and we will be learning about the listening and the pronunciation. After that, we'll take some conversation and the reading passage about money. Money, a blessing or a problem. We will know when we read it. After that, we'll be taking the writing lesson, and then we'll be taking the form, meaning, function about countable and non-countable nouns and expressions of quantity. As you can see, some, any, and no. Lastly, we'll be taking the project, and then we'll be taking, as before, the self-reflection. These are the unit goals, as you can see, divided into vocabulary, functions, grammar, listening, pronunciation, reading, writing, form, meaning, function, and project. You can discuss them with your teacher. These are the goals of each lesson. Moving on to today's lesson. This is today's lesson, wishful thinking, listen and discuss. Wishful thinking. What does it mean, wishful thinking? The sentence, wishful thinking, what does it mean? Yes, it means that you're thinking of something that you wish to happen. You're thinking of something that you wish to happen. So here we have this passage or these questions about people are saying wishes vary. Vary, it means that they are different. Vary from person to person. Of course, you have a wish, I have a wish. Wishes vary from person to person. Find out how some of our readers answered the following questions. Let's listen.
Unit 2, Wishful Thinking, pages 20 and 21. 1. Listen and discuss. What people are saying. Wishes vary from person to person. Find out how some of our readers answered the following questions.
If you could only take one thing with you to a desert island, what would you take?
I would take my cell phone. I'd be able to keep in touch with my family and friends around the world, and I wouldn't get lonely.
If you could be a historical figure, which would you be?
I'd like to be Omar bin Abdul Aziz, a Muslim caliph. I would create one of the greatest empires with no poverty the world has ever known.
So as you can see here that we have two people. Each has his own opinion on what does he want to wish. The first one, they asked him, if you are on a deserted island, what would you bring? Just one item. What did he say, of course? He said, I will take my cell phone. Of course, this is his wish. This is his opinion. Maybe yours is different, mine is different. And the other one is, if you could be a historical figure, who would you be? Who would you want to be one of the historical figures that you like? He said, Umar bin Abdul Aziz. Maybe this is his opinion. Maybe you're different. Maybe I'm different. So that's why they said here that wishes vary. Wishes vary. Let's move on to the next slide. Here we have 4 people. Let's listen to them.
If you had a close encounter with an extraterrestrial, what question would you ask?
I'd ask if I could travel with the ET. I would like to find out about life in the universe.
If you could choose a place to live, which city or country would you choose?
If I could choose a place to live, I'd go to Hawaii. The weather's great the whole year round, and the surfing is fabulous.
If you could change your looks, what changes would you make?
Actually, I'm quite happy the way I am. I wouldn't make any changes.
If you could travel through time, Would you go to the past or to the future?
I would go to the future to see what new technologies people will be using.
So here we could see 5 people. They've been asked questions, hypothetical questions, of course, of what if. They answered their own opinions, their own thinking, ways of thinking, of dealing with the what ifs. The first one, if you had a close encounter with an extraterrestrial, of course it means an alien from outer space. What would you ask? He answered that I want to travel with this alien or with this ET so he could see the universe. The second one, what would you choose a place to live? He chose Hawaii. This is his opinion. Maybe I choose to stay here in Saudi Arabia. The third one, would you change your looks? Of course, he said no. I'm happy with the way I look. We all are, alhamdulillah. The last one, if you could travel through time, this is an interesting question. If you could travel through time, would you go to the future or to the past? He chose the future. What about you? What would you choose? So here there's a difference between wish and hope. Some people think that they're the same. Wish and hope. So what's the difference? I'm going to show you now, but before that, I want you to tell me, what's the difference between wish and hope? When you say, I wish for something or I hope for something, there's a difference. Yes, wish often refers to something that's not expected to happen. That's not expected, that you want something to happen, but you know or you expect that it would not happen or it will not happen. So just you wish for it. Unlike hope, on the other hand, indicates that the event might happen. So wish for something that you know or you're almost certain that it will not happen. You're just wishing for it. Hope for something that you know that it might, maybe. It's 50-50, that it might happen. Here are some examples. I wish I had a better job. I wish I had a better job. I hope to get the job I applied for last week. For example, you can say, I wish I could fly. You know that you can't, but you just wish for it. Or you hope to buy some car. Maybe in the future, why not? So flying is out of the question, you just wish for it, while hope is something like here he applied for the job, he's waiting for the reply, so he's hoping that he will get the job. So this is the main difference between wish and hope. Moving to the next page, this page, the most common wish. The most common wish. I wish I could win a big prize. Of course, the most common wish in the whole world is what? Money. I wish I was a millionaire. I wish I had more money. And so this is the most common wish. So this is the passage for the most common wish. Of course, you see the picture of King Salman and Sheikh Sulaiman al-Rajhi. I wish I could win a big prize. Before we read this passage, let's have a pre-reading questions. I want you to just read the passage for gist, to skim read it, to take a scan at it, and answer this question. How much is the cash prize Professor Richard and James Bruce Bussell have won? Again, how much is the cash prize Professor Richard Berkowitz and James Bruce Bussell have won? How much is the price? That's right. The price is 750,000 Saudi riyals, which is equivalent to $200,000. The second question, how many prizes are given? Can you count? How many prizes are given? Is it 1, 2, 3? It's 5 prizes. 5 prizes. So let's move to the passage. Let's hear it now and pay attention to the details. So I will be asking you even questions after this passage. Pay attention.
I wish I could win a big prize. The King Faisal International Prize is awarded to individuals whose achievements benefit mankind across the globe. Sheikh Suleiman Al-Raji, a world-leading philanthropist, was awarded the 2012 Prize for Service to Islam, while Professor Adnan bin Muhammad Al-Wazan won the Prize for Islamic Studies. Professor Richard Berkowitz and James Bruce Bussell won the Prize for Medicine. The cash prize of 750,000 Saudi Riyal, $200,000, was split between them. Professor Ali Hilmi Ahmad Musa and Dr. Nabil Ali Mohammed from Egypt shared the Arabic Language and Literature Prize, and Professor Alexander Varshavsky won the Science Prize. Laureates also receive a gold medallion and a handwritten certificate.
So as we can see from this, the title, The Most Common Wish, I wish I could win a big prize, indicates what's in these lines, indicates money. These are all prices, all prices with money, $200,000, and so this is why the title is written The Most Common Wish. So let's move on to the comprehension questions, to check your understanding for this passage. So the first one, which prize did Sheikh Suleiman al-Rajhi win? Sheikh Suleiman al-Rajhi did win a prize. What was it? Again, the question, which prize did Sheikh Suleiman al-Rajhi win? The answer is the 2012 prize for service to Islam. The 2012 prize for service to Islam. He won the 2012 service to Islam for his big donations. We all know Sheikh Suleiman al-Rajhi, and what did he do to service the Islam? The second question, who won the Arabic Language and Literature Prize? Who won? There's a prize for Arabic Language and Literature, Arabic, not English, the Arabic Language and Literature Prize. Who won it? Was it just one person or two people? You can read and get the answer from the passage. It's right in front of you. Very good. It's Professor Ali Hilmi Ahmed Musa and Dr. Nabil Ali Muhammad. So it's two people, Professor Ali Hilmi and Dr. Nabil Ali Muhammad. Next question, which prize did Professor Alexander win? Which prize did Professor Alexander Varshavsky win? You can check his name here. It's a little hard to pronounce, but you can check it and answer the question. Which prize did he win? Very good. He won the Science Prize. He won the Science Prize. Next question. What kind of achievements are required for one to qualify? If you want to qualify, what kind of achievements that makes you qualified to enter? Again, the question, what kind of achievements are required for one to qualify? All the answers are right here in this passage. So the answer is achievements that benefit mankind across the globe. So not just any achievement, achievements with the beneficial to the mankind, to the all of the world. Again, the answer is achievements that benefit mankind across the globe. Here we have the wishful thinking, the passage for the quick check, for the questions and the answers before, the quick check. So we have the first one is vocabulary, match to form new words or expressions. So we have to match from 1 to 5, match them with the letters A to E. And you can see here all of the questions and answers that we just read and heard before. So the first one is desert. Desert, number one, desert. So what should we match it with? Is it encounter, desert encounter, desert around? Very good. So the first one is D, desert island, desert with island. Number two, keep, keep. Number two, keep. Is it keep around, keep the price? Keep, it's keep in touch. Keep in touch. When you meet your friend and then you say your goodbyes, you say to him, let's keep in touch. So stay communicated. Number three, close. Close. This one was with the extraterrestrials. Close. So what was it? Close encounter. So three with E. Close encounter. It means that you're meeting them face to face, in person, talking to them. This is close encounter. Number four, whole year. Whole year. Is it price or round? We just have two left. So it's round. The whole year round. The whole year round. Each and every day. And the last one is split the price. Split the price. What does it mean to split the price? You take a half and I take a half. So the next part of this question, the quick check question, is the comprehension with true and false. We have to answer with true or false. So here you have the whole passage. You can check if it's true or false. You have the whole passage on the right. You can check if it's true or false. So the first one is, Saeed would take his cell phone to a desert island. Saeed would take his cell phone to a desert island. To a desert island. Did he choose to take his phone to a desert island? Yes, that's true, because he said so. I would take my phone. The question was, if you will only take one thing with you to a desert island, it's correct that he chose to take his phone. The second one, Steve would like to be a Roman emperor. The one who they asked him which historical figure would he like to be. Did he choose to be a Roman emperor? Of course not. He chose Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, so that's false. Number three, Bob would ask an extraterrestrial about life on other planets. Bob here, when they asked him about his close encounter with extraterrestrials, did he say that he want to ask them about life on other planets? Or what did he say? You can check. I'd ask if I could travel with E.T. I would like to find out about life in the universe. So number three is true. He would ask them about life on other planets in the universe. Number four, if Ahmed could live in any place in the world, he'd live in Hawaii. If Ahmed could live in any place of the world, he'd live in Hawaii. You can check the answer here, which is true. Ahmed did choose Hawaii. Number five, if Hamid could, he would change the way he looks. If he had the option, if he could do it, would he change the way he looks or not? We can see here, if you could change your looks, what changes would you make? He said what? I'm happy with the way I am. I wouldn't make any changes. So the fifth one, if Hamid could, he would change the way he looks. Of course, it's false. The last one, number six, Leonard would like to find out about future technologies. Did he choose to travel to the future or to the past? He chose the future. Why? I would go to the future to see what new technologies people will be using. So number six is true. Number six is true. Here we have a pair work. We have a pair work. Give your answer to the question in the article. If you could take only one thing with a desert island, I would take my smartphone. This is his choice. What would you take? If I tell you that you will be going to a desert island and you will be taking one thing. He chose a smartphone. You can choose the same. You can choose a car, laptop, anything. So this is up to you with your friend or with your teacher, because this is pair work. If you could take only one thing to a desert island, I take my smartphone. Maybe this is a wise choice, so you can communicate with the people outside the island. But I think there won't be any signals. So maybe he just want to play games. This is his opinion. What's yours? So what's yours and your friend and your friend's choice? Here we have, do you wish you had a lot of money? Yes, I do. Then I would be able to travel. He said, find sentences that are wishes in the text you read. Make questions for those wishes. In pairs, which means you and your friend, in pairs, ask and answer the questions. See the example below. The example is, do you wish you had a lot of money? Yes, I do. Then I would be able to travel. So here they're asking us to give questions about wishes. Do you wish you could fly? Do you wish to be... Of course, these are wishes, so they could be anything. Do you wish that you would be invisible? Do you wish to travel? And so you and your friend try asking each other questions about wishes. And that's it for today. See you next lesson, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.